So you are welcome to today's episode of Trading Beginners, or whatever it is that we have been calling it. You are welcome. And today we will be talking about patterns. But before I proceed on our today's topic, I would like to say you are welcome once again. And if this is your first time of coming across one of our videos on this channel, just do well to subscribe, okay, and go back to watch the other videos that we have posted in the past so that you will get a comprehensive understanding of what we are trying to talk about. This is in particular for people that just want to begin their trading journey. That is why we break it down into different parts so that you'll be able to follow up and understand what trading is all about and understand the concept of trading, so that it will not be a bogus thing for you to understand. And you are welcome, and click the subscribe button so that you will get notification for every time we post new videos. Meanwhile, I will delve into today's topic of patterns, not wasting much of our time, okay? So today we are going to be talking about patterns. And one thing I want you to know or to understand is that technical analysis is centered around patterns. And when I talk about pattern, it means something that has happened in the past that is also happening now. And we know that if we see this kind of reaction in the future, we already know this is what is going to happen. So everything about trading works around patterns. There is always a pattern to it. There is a pattern of behavior because it is behavioral. It's human that are engaging in these things. So, and something about human is that there is nothing new under the sun. It has happened before. There is nothing new about you that has not happened to anybody. There is nothing you want to do that is new. There is no thought process that you have that another person does not have. So all these thought process are combined into what we call pattern. And that is why you see when you are on your chart, you begin to see like the same thing happening over and over again. But meanwhile, before we go, I would like to show you something that I call the triangle of trading. This is my personal triangle of trading. I have the psychology, I have the risk management, and I have the technical and fundamental analysis. So I take these three things very personal when it comes to trading. And trading psychology, that's why I'm telling you, everything we are talking about today is trading psychology, the psychology of trading. And everything about pattern is centered around this trading psychology. Okay, so let's just delve into patterns. So firstly, the number one pattern I will be talking about is the double top and double bottom, double top and double bottom, double top and double bottom. So one thing you need to know is that, okay, double top signifies a bearish move. Double top signifies a bearish move. Sorry. Double top signifies a bearish move. A bearish move. I think we already know what we call bearish move, and bearish move, double top signify a bearish move. Okay, while double bottom signifies a bullish move. A bullish move. So whenever you go to your charts, and see a double top, okay, you know that, okay, a bearish move is imminent. And whenever you see a double bottom on your chart, you know that a bullish move is imminent, very imminent. So I would like to show you how a double top looks like before we go to the chart. This is an example of a double top. A double top will create something like this. A double top will create something like this. We call it an M, it will create something like this. You know, it will create something like this. It will create something like this. Okay, so as you can see, this is the top. This is the trend line at the top. This is the top. Okay, so you see, after the market comes like this, created another top, taking liquidity, then you see it go straight down. You already know. So when you see this second top form, you already know that, okay, a bearish move is imminent. You take your sell. You take a sell. And a double bottom, it's a W move. Okay, let me show you. Let me show you what it looks like. Whenever you see a structure like this, whenever you see a structure like this, oh, sorry. Whenever you see a structure like this, that goes like this, that goes like this, you know that we have what? We have a double bottom, a double bottom. So this is a double top right here. This is a double top. And this right here is a double bottom. Bottom, you know, whenever you see something like this being formed, you see, you know that a bullish move is imminent. So right about now, we are going to see it on our chart. Okay, so you can take a screenshot of this in particular, this pattern, double top bearish move, double bottom bullish move. You can see it right there. So let's look for examples on our chart. Let's look for example. Okay, this is a perfect example. This right here is a perfect example of a double top and a double bottom. This right here is a double bottom. You see, you can see it. You can see the double bottom. Okay, this is a double bottom. Oh God, sorry for the. This is a double bottom. You can see it. You can see it. You can see that the market comes like this, and boom, up it goes. Okay, up it goes. So if I were you, immediately I see this kind of thing, I take my buy. I take my buy position. I take my buy position. You can see it. It was coming from here. It was actually coming from here. You can see the complete formation. Okay, you see the complete formation. See, 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 see it. Okay, so you see the complete formation. This is an example of a double bottom. Then let's look for an example of a double top. I want to give you a perfect example of a double top, you know, something that you will use and remember, that whenever you see it, you will remember, okay, I saw, okay, this is an example of a double top now. This is an example of a double top. You can see it right here. You can see it right here. Let me draw it for you. You see, okay, you can see it right here, then boom. So if I were you and I saw something like this form, I know that a downtrend is imminent. Okay, a downtrend is imminent. So if I was to take this trade, I would have been in profit, and probably maybe I will close my sell my sell order around this side. I will close the whatever this thing I place, I will close it around this side. All these ones are extra gain. But immediately I saw this, I'm going to be taking a buy. That is for double bottom and double top. So the next we'll be checking, the next thing we'll be looking at, I hope you guys have taken screenshot of this or written it down or write it down somewhere. Okay, so let me delete this now because it's going to make the whole this thing rough, very rough. Okay, and I don't like rough work. Even though I'm not an artist, I try my possible best to make sure that I give a very nice concept or page to. So the next one we'll be talking about is the rising wage and the falling wage, the rising wage and the falling wage, the rising wage and the falling wage. Okay, let me type it out. Rising wage, rising wage, rising wage. So the rising wage signify a bearish move. The rising wage signifies a bearish move in the market. Why the while the sorry, I'm having the falling wage signifies a bullish move. So whenever you see a rising wage in the market, you know that you know already that a bearish move is imminent. It means the market, when I mean bearish, I mean the market is coming down. And when I talk about bullish, I mean the market is coming down. Okay, when you see anything bearish, it means the market is coming down. When you see anything bullish, it means the market is going up. Okay, so I'm going to draw us, show us with a diagram what it means by a rising wave. So let's say we have our market in this form, like this, something like this. Okay, this is an uptrend market. This is an uptrend market. Okay, this is an uptrend market. So when we have an uptrend market and we have something like this, we draw our trend line. Now, this is our trend line. Now I will represent this one with a red color. You know what we talked about, resistance and support. If you've not seen our last video, this is the best time for you to go and see it. This is the best time for you to go and see it, because we talked about support and resistance. When you are trying to look at the direction of the market and seeing that, okay, at around this point, the market is always rejecting. And I think I mentioned something about the market rejecting doesn't necessarily mean to be in a straight line, okay? Because the market doesn't move in a straight line, okay? So this is our trend line. So this right here, okay, I will change this one to green. It will be our support. This will be our support. This is our resistance line. This is our support line. So when we have a rising wage, something going like this, it can only means, so we can prepare for a sell. We can prepare for a sell. After a while, it means at every time the sellers are going to overcome the buyers, because at this point the buyers are getting weaker and weaker and weaker. You understand what I'm trying to say? So we will now have something like this to the downside, breaking down to the downside. This is a rising wage. It doesn't happen 100% of the time. One thing I want you to understand with the market is that when you get a rising wage, 60% of the time is going to break down to the downside when you get a rising wage. So you have to wait. To be able to identify when it breaks out. So you can only take this market. Let's say I will still show you on the chart. I will take this market only when I see a close of candle outside of this point, outside of my support line, my support trend line, outside of my support trend line. That is the only time I am going to enter the market and sell for a bearish move. Then for a bullish move, for the falling wage, which I told you will give us for the falling wage, we have something like this. We have a downtrend. Okay, we have a downtrend. We have a downtrend. So if you've not seen our videos on trend, this is the best time for you to see. If you've not seen our past videos, this is the best time for you to check it out. Okay, so we have something like this. We have something like this, and we draw our trend line. We draw our trend line. So we have something like this. This is not our support right now. This should be our support. This will be our support. Okay, so we mark our resistance. This is the resistance. The resistance, we change it to red, and our support as green. Okay, so when you have something like this, it means a bullish move is imminent. A bullish move is imminent. So you are definitely 60% of the time you are going to get something like this. Something like this. You are going to get something like this 60% of the time. So, and above 50%, getting 60 to 70% of this kind of trade is you are a successful trader already. If you do your proper risk management, just like I told you, I don't trade without my 3 triangles. My 3 triangle is the psychology, the risk management, and also my technical and fundamental analysis. And basically on this YouTube channel, we are talking about technical analysis. But at the same time, without the trading psychology, you will not be able to understand the technicals, because when you want to trade patterns in the market, you have to understand psychology. You have to understand what are the people doing, what is the market saying, what is the reaction of people. Do you understand? At this point, the market has been going up and it has been rejecting, going up, rejecting. The support system is getting weaker. The support is getting weaker. The resistance is getting weaker rather. The resistance, in terms of these ones, the support is getting weaker, and you will find out that, so you will find out that the market is going to break on to that side. But now, without my risk management will not tell me I will not enter this market here. I'm not going to enter this market here. Do you understand? I'm going to enter this market at the close of a candle. So let's go to our chart to see it. So this is a rising wedge, and this is a falling wedge. This is a descending wedge, or whatever name you decide to call it. Okay. So let me show you an example of a falling wedge. An example of a falling wedge. An example of a falling wedge. I want to give you a very good example that will make you understand. Okay, this is a rising wedge. Let's use this this is a perfect example of a rising wedge. A perfect example. You can see it. See my, you can see, okay. Uh, you can see, okay. So let me use this one as an example for you. You can see the market, it's going up, coming down. This is our daily chart anyway. This is our daily chart. I don't want to waste much of our time because of the Zoom meeting is timed, and also that's why I'm using this as an example. But meanwhile, this is also an example of a falling wedge. Okay, let me use this as an example also. Let me use this as an example. This is an example of a falling wedge. This is an example of a falling wedge. Okay, so this is our resistance button. Green. Green. Our resistance should be green, and our resistance should be red. Our support should be green. Okay, this is our support line. Now see, look at me. You see the market enters into this wedge, goes up, come down, goes up, come down, goes up, come down. Then the next time it's touching this, what did it do? The market broke out. So I am going to enter this market. I am going to enter this market at this point. See, I'm going to enter this market at this point, at the close of this candle outside of this place. Do you see? Do you see it? If you can't see, you need to, and you need to back test this. Like I always said, back test, learn, study and study and study. This is like 1:2. And one thing I want to let you know is that whenever you are trading pattern, this is a secret personally for when I don't trade patterns again, okay? But this is something you need to know. You need to understand when you are trading pattern, there is a secret. Don't do more than 1:2. Don't do more than 1:2 when you are trading pattern that is breaking out of that pattern, whether it is a falling wedge, a rising wedge, a double top, a double bottom, whatever pattern it is you are trading, be it even triangles, ascending, descending triangles, be it head and shoulder pattern, whatever it is, make sure you are taking profit immediately after you get your 1:2. Anything above 1:2 for me, it's luck. You can backtest this fact, okay? You can backtest this fact. There is a fact. This is a fact that I am telling you. You can backtest it. Most of the time, you will get your 1:2. You can see you will get your 1:2, but anything after that one, you see that immediately after the 1:2, the market begins to reverse. The market begins to reverse, okay? So one thing I want you to understand is that always make sure that it is 1:2, okay? So even though it goes against you, good and fine, because you will not always win your trade every time. But I can assure you, pattern trading, they are so there is a lot of accuracy with pattern trading if you manage your risk and also if you know what you are doing, okay? This is a falling wedge, okay? This is a falling wedge that signifies an imminent bullish move, and you can see it. I just got my 1:2 out of all of this, and I'm good to go, okay? 1:2, I am good to go. This is a 2-hour trade. And also, if you look at, you can go to your chart and draw the wedge, and you will see it, backtest it, check it, and you will confirm it. You see, this one is a rising wedge. Okay, let's use this one as a rising wedge. Let's use this one as a rising wedge. You can see, I don't want to use this because it's not giving me actually what I want. I need something that is not internal structure, okay? I need something that will give me a swing structure like this, just something that is not like an internal structure. Okay, let me check for a hair. This is a rising wedge now. This is a rising wedge, okay? Let me show you something. Let me tell you something. This is a rising wedge. This is a rising wedge now. We just showed an example, okay? This is an example of a rising wedge. Okay, if you are not getting this, you just need to watch this video over and over again. This is our support line, and this right here is our resistance line, okay? You can see the market is doing a series of up and down, moving within this range, okay? Let's say, for instance, I want to show you something. I want to show you something so that you will see what I'm talking about. You see what I'm talking about. I am going to, assuming I enter the market, and this, after drawing this is what I found, okay? Let's say this is what I found. Do you know what I'm going to do? Immediately this candle close down here, immediately at the close of this candle, outside of my support, I know, because already I know for a rising wedge, no matter how long it rise, it means a bearish move is imminent. So I wait for my confirmation. Now, what is my confirmation? A candle close outside of my support line. A candle close outside of my support line. Then immediately I get my candle close outside of my support line. What do? I take my short position. Okay, I take my short position and I look out for a 1:2. I look out for a 1:2 that time that I still used to trade. Okay, I look out for a 1:2. always protect your capital. Protect risk management is very important, very, very important. I look out for 1:2. Okay, you see, the market did not even give me the 1:2 anyway, because, but let's say I reduce my stop loss. My stop loss right here is much. So let's say I reduce my stop loss. Okay, you can see it. You can see the market yourself. You can see the market yourself. Give me a perfect 1:2. A perfect 1:2. Okay, I'm reducing my stop loss because my stop loss is too wide. My stop loss is too wide. Okay, but all I'm just trying to show you in this market is that trading patterns work, and you just have to see it. You see, it is what it is. You see, immediately after this, what happened? It will reverse back, okay, forming another rising wedge. Okay, so if you want to be trading falling wedge and rising wedge, you can be trading it. You just have to wait for confirmation. It might not always work in your favor, but I can tell you something, that 60% of the time it will always work for you. Okay, and something about trading is stay profitable no matter what. So sometimes I might do 1:1 and I'm out of the market. Sometimes I might do 1:1.5. Sometimes I might do even 0.5 and I'm out of the market, as long as I am in profit. The major thing is I must be in profit. I must not close this trade back in loss. Do you see? The trade comes back to your entry. It's coming back to entry right now. Okay, so that is that about rising wedge and falling wedge. That is that about rising wedge and falling wedge. Okay. Oh, rising wedge and falling wedge. Okay. Yeah, that is that about rising wedge and falling wedge. There's also something I want to show you. It is called a flag. It is called sideway flag. I don't know. So many people refer to it as a lot of things. Okay. But one thing about sideway flag is that it works for both up move or down move. You know, I told you something in our first video when we were talking about higher highs, higher lows. I called a type of market, a ranging market. There was a type of market I called a ranging market. So let me show you. This is also another pattern. And all you have to do with pattern is you have to wait for confirmation before you do anything. You have to wait for confirmation before you do anything. Okay, so I call something a range. This is a sideway move. So one thing about sideway move is that it can go both ways. It can go both ways. It's a ranging market. I told you that a ranging market can go both ways. A ranging market can go either ways. Can go either way. So imagine this market goes up here, come down, come down. It's showing us that this market, there is 50-50% chance. That means it's 50-50. So let me call this sideway flag. Sideway flag. I'll call it sideway flag. Sideway flag. Okay. Okay. So the sideway flag can work both ways. Can work both ways. So it can either be, that is, it can either be bearish, that is, it can either be bearish or bullish. That means it can either break to the upside or break to the downside. Okay, so when you see a flag in the market, all you have to do is to wait for confirmation outside of the resistance or support level. You know, we talked about it. You see, everything works with resistance, support, resistance. See this right here. See this right here. This is a trend line. You can draw your support line. You can draw your resistance line. You know that breaking down is imminent. Do you understand? So let me show you an example of a flag. And one thing about flag, I want to show you an example of a flag movement. And even in a flag movement, you are going to see also the, what is it called? You are going to also see the rising wedge or the falling wedge. Okay, so flag. Okay, let's take for instance, this is an example of a flag. This is an example of a flag. You can see the, let's see, this is our resistance. This is our resistance, and this is our support. This is our support. You can see the market. It has been, after doing the whole down move, trying to move up back. What did the market do? What did the market do? The market actually does something like this. The market did something like this. It goes up, come down, goes up, come down, goes up, come down. Then it broke down to the downside. Okay, but I don't like trading. This is one of the reasons why I don't like trading patterns. Okay, because of course there are high probabilities that it can work against you. You know, you are not the only person in the market. You just have to manage your risk, because right here, right now, if I'm going to trade this, at the break of this candle, I am going to enter the market, and the market would have probably gone against me. Do you understand? I would have probably lost in this market. But I'm just showing you for the purpose of education, that this is a ranging market, which you call the ranging market, and it can either break down to the downside or break to the upside. And sometimes that is why generally you need to understand the direction of the market, the general direction of the market. You need to understand the general direction of the market to be able to know that this trade, like this trade now, this market is in an uptrend. If you check it, it's in an uptrend. The move is an uptrend move. The move is an uptrend move. It's going to take out this high. Okay, so in this market now, because I am a professional trader, I am not going to take a short position in this market, because I know the general bias of this market is going. So this is the reason why you need to understand. I told you in our first class, if you have not watched part 1, go back and watch it. You will know that in this kind of market, I can only trade 2 things. Anything that is coming down, I'm not trading. I can only trade anything that is going up. I will only trade what is going up and not what is coming down. Even though this actually gives you a perfect, okay, 1:2, you know, it's a risk. But I don't trade against the trend. I don't trade against the trend. The general bias of this market is that this market is in an uptrend. And if this market is in an uptrend, who am I to now say I want to sell? Okay, but let's say this market broke up now. I am actually going to take a buy, okay, because I know there is nothing this market is coming to do down here again. Do you understand me now? Even though the market comes down here and take me out, I will still accept that, but at least I did what was right. Okay, so that is the sideway flag. The sideway flag can work both ways. It can work both ways. It can work both ways. It can break either to the upside or to the downside. We can even use this as a sideway flag also. We can use this as a sideway flag. We can use this as a sideway flag. Let me show you something very sweet. Very, very sweet. So let me show you. Very, very sweet. Something very, very sweet. Okay. Very, very sweet. Okay. This now, this is a sideway flag. Okay. This is a sideway flag. You can see the support and resistance. You can see the market goes like this, come back and break to the upside, isn't it? Now I can take a buy. I can take a buy right here, just right here, and buy and ride it to my 1:2 or to my 1:, whatever I want to ride it to. Take a proper way of, like me, my stop loss would have been somewhere around there. I will still teach you how to choose and select your stop losses and everything, but I would have ride this market up to this point, take my profit at the sign of rejection right here, or anything, you know, at the sign of rejection, and it has already taken this liquidity that is lined up here. Do you understand? So that is that, by rising wage and falling wage, and also the side wave flag. So